Lisa.
Hi, Angie.
Welcome to Simple Beauty Talk.
Thanks for having me here.
Yes, I'm really excited to have you here because you're actually a really big part of my life since I've met you, and you've been my client for a very long time. You actually helped a lot with like our grand opening. You helped purchase things off our registry. You were just like a really big part of my life for a long time, and you've helped me so much emotionally. I feel like when we met, we just connected automatically over like traumas, just dumb things, and we just always cry every time we see each other.
Just life in general, I guess.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
But I'm happy you're here, so we're gonna get into some topics. So, do you remember when we met, or the day, or not the day, but like how we met, or?
I just remember, I had to get my nails done and you were available. They introduced me to you, like, kind of, I guess.
Yeah.
I can't remember if I started with you first or if Lauren did, and then I kind of followed after Lauren. Like,
Yeah.
you guys had already
I want to say I met Lauren first,
Maybe
and I
so.
met you through her, and then that's when I met your mom.
Yeah.
Which she was the funniest lady ever.
That's what
she was
everybody,
crazy.
Yeah, everybody always remembers her for being
Yeah.
outspoken, I
Yeah,
guess. Like,
yeah.
she was real.
One thing I remember about your mom was she would always get like the craziest nail colors,
Yes.
and she would be yelling from across the shop,
Yeah.
and she'd be like, "Look at my nail color."
Mhm.
And I thought it was the funniest thing. And one thing about that is I'll never forget your mom. She was such a like, just an amazing soul. So Lauren is actually your daughter. She's
Yes.
the oldest, right? I always confuse it.
No,
No, she's the
Tristan's-
youngest.
Mhm.
Yeah, she is the youngest. And then Tristan,
Yes.
which is your oldest.
He's the oldest, yeah.
I actually didn't even meet Tristan until maybe like 2 years after I met you guys, actually.
I think so too, because I want to say that even a couple of times, like, he wouldn't go with us, or a couple of
Yeah,
times
he would never go.
He was going, he'd take off in the car, like, to the mall or something.
Oh, I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
and then we would text him, okay, we're done, and he would come back to pick us all up.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Because
That's
we
so funny.
like to like go out to eat after or something. So we're
Yeah.
like, dude, you gotta come with us. So we can all go out to eat afterwards. or
Yeah,
whatever.
especially
Yeah.
because you guys lived far and like we're in Harlingen, so
Yeah, it was
the drive.
It's already a trip.
Yeah, make it
To
worth it, right?
Harlingen, yes.
Yeah, but I remember meeting you guys, and we just all connected, especially me with Lauren. Every time I see Lauren too, I cry. Like, I don't know what it is with us. We just always cry when we're together.
I think you guys
But yeah.
are about the same age, maybe, too, or something.
No, Lauren's younger than me. I think
Really?
I'm closer in age with Tristan, actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Because I was born in 99,
Oh,
and Lauren was
wow,
born.
yeah.
When was she
Tristan's
born?
99 and Lauren's
Oh yeah, Tristan is
2001.
yes, yeah. It's actually really cool because Tristan, he's actually our director and editor for the podcast.
Yeah.
And do you want to see how that came to be, or do you want me to start and we bounce off?
I remember that I had an appointment already set up with you, and I
Yeah.
think it was the day after he had an appointment. I don't know if it's like the job force or something, kind of helping him out to now that he's graduated, to find a job.
Mm-hmm.
And I was really upset because when we went to our appointment, Tristan is on the autism spectrum.
Mm-hmm.
So when the guy came out to meet us, he just totally, like, didn't even acknowledge him, basically. So he was having a discussion with me the entire time and asking me, like, what is his degree? What did he graduate with? And so it was really upsetting. And you were kind of like, you know what? We're looking for someone to take our photographs and like do a lot of the photography. And then you're like, which I didn't know about you starting a podcast.
Yeah, I hadn't really told a lot of people because we didn't want to rush it, or I wanted to make sure I was ready to do it.
Yeah.
But that's when you were telling me, I felt like we were like crossing paths again, and
Yeah,
it was kind of like,
really,
wait,
it was really weird how
Yeah.
it like just kind of
how it
lined up,
happened.
I guess.
I was like, come to my house, bring him, we're gonna
Ye-
talk about it.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about
and I'm
this.
gonna try
Like,
to not make him, but inspire him or encourage him,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I feel like a lot of people dismiss people that are on the spectrum, and
Yeah.
that was something where I was like, no, like, I've met him, like,
Yeah,
no, this is not gonna happen to him, so
Yeah.
I'm really excited. And honestly, like, our first video we filmed 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago,
I think so.
I was so surprised with the editing, and I was really amazed at the way it came out.
I know,
It
I
was
was
so
really
amazing.
impressed too, like, it just
yes. I mean, I knew
smooths.
it was gonna be good, but
Mhm.
when I was thinking of a podcast, I was thinking of like low quality or like, things
Right,
like
because
that. So
I mean, this is all of our first time to start something like this.
Yeah.
So we're not familiar with it, and I know Marcus has done a lot of like investigating on like microphones, like all
Yeah.
kinds of
It's
stuff.
like a whole
Everyone.
team effort. Yeah.
Yeah, because we were all kind of throwing ideas out there, and it was just getting really exciting when we were all coming up with,
Yeah.
ideas. So
And it was
yeah.
and that it was fun too because you were here like helping us test the microphones and you were helping us figure things out too. So it was kind of like all of us together. It wasn't just me and Marcus, it's a whole effort, and I'm really happy with how it came out. So I'm really excited for future episodes,
I
this
know, me
episode,
too. Yeah, I'm excited to see what's to come.
So he just graduated college, and then you had Lauren graduate from college as well, right?
Yes.
And what is her degree, or what is she going for?
School psychology. I know my kids always tell me, and I feel like I mess it up, but
What?
yeah, I did
Aw.
good. Okay, she says I did good.
Honestly, I love Lauren so much. I feel like you guys are like my little friends. I love you guys. But
You
yeah,
love me too.
I know.
Yeah, you guys have become a part of our family.
Aw. I love that you and Lauren, I can go to you whenever I need any like emotional support. Like I said, every time I see you guys, I'm crying for some reason. Like I want to cry right now. But I don't know if I've ever told you this story when I had gotten my wisdom teeth out.
I remember I had texted you. You were kind of out of it, I think, for a while there.
Yeah.
But I didn't even know that you had something like a procedure or whatever.
Yeah.
So
I had a really bad experience with my wisdom teeth removal. It was honestly, I'm not being dramatic because usually I am dramatic. It was one of the hardest things I've ever been through, like pain wise. It was
Wow.
insane. But I had gotten that surgery maybe like a month before, or maybe 2 months. I got it in July. No, I got it in June, and we were gonna open in August. So I wasn't recovering. It took me over a month to recover from that surgery. So I remember I was at my lowest, and I had all this stuff from the shop in my house. I don't know if you remember that. I had posted a photo, like everybody was buying stuff for the shop. I had posted a
Oh,
registry.
yeah.
And so my house was full of clutter, and I was sitting in that while I was like healing, and it was just really bad. And so there was this one day I was already kind of feeling better where I felt like I can drive, and I had went to pick up Marcus from work. And I was driving, and I was like, God, please give me a sign. Like, am I doing the right thing? I felt like I was failing. I was like, why am I opening a salon? What am I doing with my life? Like, it just felt like nothing was working out. Like, it felt
Yeah.
like every single day was like harder and harder.
Yeah.
So I remember driving to pick him up, and I'm sitting in the car. And keep in mind, I had deleted my Facebook for like 3 days.
I didn't even know that. Wow.
No, well, I deleted my Facebook because I kept seeing everybody post food. That's so stupid, I know, but I couldn't eat. I hadn't eaten
yeah.
for like weeks,
That
maybe
would
like
totally
2 weeks.
stress me out.
No, it was insane. Like I couldn't open my mouth. It was just really bad.
Yeah.
And so I remember deleting my Facebook because I was like, I'm tired of seeing everybody eating. Like I wanted to eat so bad.
Yeah.
So long story short, I'm over here looking. I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to take my Facebook back. I'm going to look and see like what's going on, whatever. The first thing I see posted an hour ago, I literally see you and Lauren, you took a picture here at the shop outside, and you
Yeah.
had posted it, and like I started bawling in the car. I'm going to cry right now. But I started bawling in the car because I was like, oh my gosh, like you guys believe in me, like all my clients love me so much, and that kind of was like snap out of it, and that was my sign. Like that was God
Yeah,
showing
that was
me
your
like it's
sign.
okay. I mean, I know it's insane, but I don't think I've ever told you that story.
I don't think so, but yeah, I mean, because I think you were doubting yourself at some point, and I'm like the best doubter of myself, and so I know I've told you that before, that we're like our worst enemy or worst critic, and I was kind of like, we believe in you, like we've
Yeah.
we've seen you grow, we've seen you what you've done, and so we're like, I mean, I know you're capable of this and more. So it was like, no, girl, I think you were just getting overwhelmed. I would get overwhelmed. I mean, you're going through a procedure, trying to heal. And then, yeah, like when you're surrounded by boxes and, like
It
that.
was really bad.
Yeah, that you kind of feel like you're drowning in all of this. So, I mean, it's understanding. But yeah,
Yeah.
I'm glad. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Like you say, it's like, give me a
Yeah.
sign, and
Yeah.
there's your sign.
It's insane. And Marcus gets in the car, and I was crying. He's like, why are you crying? It's okay. But he thought I was crying because I've been in pain, right? And I don't know, I showed him the picture, and I was like, you know what? I snapped out of it. Literally within days, I felt better. I was just like, I think I was just I don't know.
Wow, that's so cool.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy, but I'm happy I've never told you that story
I'm
because this is
glad.
such a good time to
I'm
tell you
glad
that.
that we did that. We helped with that.
Yes. But yeah, so you just have helped me a lot with the shop. You're a part of Simple Beauty. So many of my clients know you. You've recommended me to a lot of people. You were here at our grand opening, which you weren't even supposed to be helping us. That was pretty funny. But one of our sponsors didn't show up. So I was like, Lisa, please
I
take the booth.
wound up at a booth. Yeah.
Yeah, and you're like, I'm not even dressed for this. And I was like, girl, please just go. Like, I need somebody to help me.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm really happy that our friendship has grown to what it is. I love having you in my life. And I know you always say that you're like a mom figure and things like that. But honestly, I just love you. Like,
Thank
I mean,
you.
you inspire
Aw.
me, but I love you like a sister in a way, you know?
I
But
don't
yeah.
know. Okay, I don't know if I've ever told you this, but I know the first time like we went to go see a movie, just you and I.
Oh,
And
gosh.
so
Not the movie.
no. Well,
We
when
shouldn't
you
talk about the movie, though.
when you texted me that you were asking me to I don't know if Lauren remembers this, but I even like I texted Lauren like did you tell her like to take me out like a
Aw.
pity.
No.
It was like, and
No.
Lauren was like, no, mom, like people genuinely like you or like to hang out with you. And I was like,
Yeah.
seriously, like you guys didn't like,
You're
get
like, is
together.
this planned?
Yeah, for real. So I was
No.
just like you said, like right now that you're saying like you're a mom figure, but like I see, and yeah, I guess it took me a while to like, I was kind of like, wow, she really likes to hang out with me. Like,
Aw,
yeah, it's pretty cool.
yeah.
And then after a while, it's like Marcus came along and Tristan came along, and then now
We're just all this big
yeah,
group.
exactly. So
And like the viewers can't see, but we have a crowd behind the
yeah,
cameras.
we have our fan club.
I know, right? They just love us.
Yes.
But yeah, I think it's pretty cool. I love our relationship, and I do see you more than a mom. And like that's kind of why I asked you to come and talk today, just to talk about you. And your kids are doing amazing, but I know from our conversations that your life, it wasn't always what it is today. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
no.
So
There was struggles.
yeah, and I feel
Mhm.
like you can inspire other women because right now at your age you're going to college.
Yes, that's
And
right.
that was pretty crazy when you told me, actually.
Yeah, that was.
I was really proud of you though, because when I used to work where I used to work, where we met each other,
Yeah, that's right.
I remember we would talk and I would do your nails and we would be like, we're gonna quit our jobs one day and
Yeah.
we're gonna leave, and like we were both miserable.
We're gonna walk out. We're gonna do better. We're gonna, yeah, exactly.
And we would always say, so when I left first, I was like, Lisa, leave.
Yes.
I was like, I
I
did
know,
it.
and I was kind of like, oh, I can't exactly leave, like, not yet. And you were like, yes, you can do this. And I was, because it was really difficult to juggle the classes and the hours that I had to work,
Yeah.
and it was just becoming overwhelming. Like I remember my kids asking me, I don't know, at that time I was in another program, and it was like, I don't know, mom, if you're like driving the bus, or because I drive a school bus, or if you're at the hospital like doing clinicals. And yeah, there were times when I would just rush back in my scrubs and drive the bus in my scrub. It's just things like that.
Yeah,
And
it was just a lot.
finally it became to the point to where I was kind of like, okay, it's too much. I need to stop. Like enough is enough. So at that point I stopped the program that I was, because I wasn't really enjoying it, and I thought, okay, I'm like transferring over to something that's going to require even more of my time. And I'm like, hello, I'm at the age where I should be working.
Less.
Yeah,
if
like
anything.
exactly, like work smarter, not harder. Like what am I doing?
Mhm.
And I don't want my kids thinking where, like I don't even know where you're at. You're on call.
Yeah.
And so I just started really thinking about it, and I'm like, this is not what I want. So I stopped for, I think I took the summer off, and we
I
took a
remember
trip.
that, actually.
Yeah, we
Mhm.
took a trip, and that was really nice. And then I came back and I started another program. And so and the same thing, I went back to like juggling, like it became really intense too. And I was like, okay, you need to make a choice. Like, what are you going to do? And so I had already tried to save up, because I knew this is what I want to do. Like I want to do something else as I'm getting older. So I went ahead and left my job and like dedicated myself to classes completely. So
Yeah. And I remember when you had texted me, I was so excited and I was telling Marcus like, "Oh my gosh, Lisa left." And I was crying so bad because I knew how it felt. And like I remember you had texted me. You didn't tell me right away, but when you finally did tell me, I was so happy for you because I knew a door was opening for you, and I was really excited, honestly.
I know what you mean now. I
Yeah.
mean, and it
It
was
was
hard.
scary.
Yes, like for months, and people would tell me, like you would tell me, it's like you have to have faith, like and it is. It's
Yeah.
difficult to kind of like you're taking a leap of
Yeah.
faith. That's what it is, and I was just like, I can do this. Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean,
And we
yeah,
all believed
like
in you too.
yeah,
So I feel like it's really hard though for somebody else to tell you, like, just leave, just quit,
yeah,
just
yeah,
do it because we don't know. First of all, we don't know your finances for you just to leave a
right,
job, right?
yeah.
But at the end of the day, like, there is more to life. And I was so happy for you. And, like, look at you now. You're thriving. You're in your
Thank
prime.
you. You know what? And I forgot about that too. Like you guys were, even Marcus was kind of like, oh, you could work here, or you know what? How about like you guys
Yes.
were really trying to help me,
Remember?
like something part time.
Yes, I remember that actually.
Yeah, I
But
forgot
remember
about
that
that
one
too.
time I started door dashing?
Oh
And I
yes,
was like, we can DoorDash
I
together.
know, I forgot about that too. That's
That
right.
was really bad, actually.
Yeah, yeah. So there were different things that, and I would like. I mean, I already on my own would toss that in my mind. Like it's like, okay, what can you do that where you can like just do a little, but still continue to, your education, continue that. Because I was talking to my kids about this, that for us, like, or for me, growing up, my grandmother raised me. I don't even know if I ever told you that because
Yeah.
you met my mom, okay?
Yes.
And so education was like huge for her, and she just, drilled it in me. I mean, I have cousins still telling me like a month ago I went to a barbecue and they were telling me, I remember going over to your house because they wouldn't let me go anywhere. She was super strict. And so my cousin's like, I would go to your house, but your mom would pull out, my grandma would pull out like homework, or like, she had
Oh.
bought like this box back then. It's this thing called Finger Hut. I don't know if because
Oh, Finger
you
Hut.
guys are young.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I've heard of
So
Finger Hut.
like we couldn't, honestly, like, I mean, we would go into town to Rainbow like once a week, if at all, like, and just for like a couple of groceries and stuff. And so that was like our only mode, I guess, of like shopping or whatever. And I think it was kind of like a layaway. She could pay it in payments.
Yeah.
Well, that's what she would buy. She would buy like boxes of like phonics or mathematics, and it was like the dry erase. So my cousin was telling me,
Wow.
she's like, I remember I would go over to your house because you couldn't come over to mine. So I would go over there, but she's like, I would leave because your grandma would pull out like, okay, y'all are gonna do
That's so
fractions.
funny.
Yes.
Oh
And
my
so
gosh.
I went to my cousin's house last weekend, and he was remembering. He's like, I remember that Dia was super strict with you, like, in your education. And I was telling the kids, I had kind of, I guess it was instilled in me, but I had kind of put it to the back of my mind.
Yeah.
So until they brought it up, I started thinking, you know what? I think that's like, it's always bothered me that I never finished school.
Okay.
And so I think that's what's in me, like, kind of like,
That's what's driving
yes,
you.
like
That's
it,
what's driving you.
yes.
Like doing it for her
And
and for
it-
yourself.
Right. And it drives, like, that's what kind of, because my kids, I'm sure, will tell you too, that I kind of like instilled it in them too. Like, there's no choice. Like, you're not quitting. There's like, it's not even an option. Like, you guys are going to go, you're going to finish, whatever. I don't care. Find something, but you're going to do
You're
it.
gonna do it. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Aw.
And so, but I think that's why, because it's bothered me so much.
Yeah.
So
So.
that's why I keep hanging on.
Aw. So, what made you not go to college when you were younger? Did you go or you dropped out?
I
or-
dropped out of school pretty young, and I started, that was like another thing too. Like, I started working, at that time I had moved to the state of Washington. That's where my mom lived. So I started working like at warehouses, even out in the fields, like
Wow.
picking cherries, like cutting asparagus, just whatever, like the field work, or even like in the warehouses pretty young.
Wow.
Because it's like it's almost, I know that I wasn't, but in my head I felt like I was a burden to my grandparents. Like, I was costing them. Like, if I had like a school project, I felt awful because it's like I had to come home and tell them, like, we have to go into town. Like I said, we only went once a week, and then it was like, now I have to go buy styrofoam because I have to make planets or things like that. I remember one time even taking a 0 on a project because I was like, I'm not even gonna tell them. Like, I don't want to do this. And so I always felt, and I know that I wasn't, but I felt like I worried them or something, and I
Yeah.
felt like I had to work to like provide. And then later, as you grow up, like, you start seeing things, and then especially when you become a mom. But yeah, I could see that I really broke her heart, like, because I dropped out. And then, like, she was trying to, I think she felt bad, my grandmother. Like, it was like, I didn't mean to worry you.
Mhm.
for you to do something like that extreme. Like you didn't have to provide for us or send money back or things like that. It was like I wanted to grow up too fast, too quickly. It
Yeah.
was like not really a childhood. And
I don't
so
think that's your fault though, because when we're young, we think we're older.
I
We
know I
think we're
thought I had to
grown and
take
we're not.
care. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
how I felt. Like it's like I need to do this.
Yeah.
And so I put a lot of pressure on myself. And later, before she passed away, like cuz I moved back and I apologized to her. Like I
Aw.
feel relieved that I got to talk to her. Ugh, now I'm going to cry.
It's okay.
I got to talk to her about all of that. I told her it's like I'm sorry, Ma, I messed up, but
Yeah.
and yeah, I think that's what pushes me to like I have to finish like
Yeah.
yeah, it's just in me. I don't know.
Yeah. I feel like that's a really good like thing to make you keep going, you
Yeah,
know?
it's a good motivation. I mean, I
I
would
never
even
knew
have
that.
nightmares.
Uh,
I know.
oh
I
my
was
gosh.
I was thinking about it. I was like, I don't think I've ever told Angie this. Well, like I said, because I think I didn't even realize it till, like I said, I visited and I was telling Tristan, I'm like, till I went to go visit my uncle because she only has two brothers left, and so I
Mhm.
went to go visit him, and the other cousins were there. They were like, your grandma she was so mean, and and I was like, I just remember her being strict. I don't really remember her, like it was her way, I guess. I don't
Yeah.
know.
I think maybe she had more like a tough love,
Yeah,
but she wasn't mean. It's just
right.
as a kid you think like
Yeah.
they're the meanest. Cause
Yeah, because they would
yeah,
come visit, and that's why they were like, she was so mean, and I was like, no, I think she just like ran a tight ship. Like it's like
yeah,
I made the beds, you guys don't jump on them. My house is clean, like that kind of. You're gonna go play outside.
yeah.
That kind of, it's like because she was always moving, working hard. Like she was just always on the move.
Mm,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I mean, now as a mom, yeah, you understand that. It's kind of like, okay, I'm stressed out. Like,
Aw.
help me out here. Like,
Yeah, no, I get you.
yeah.
But that's just crazy. I never knew that actually.
Yeah, so my mom came into my life. I guess I'm trying to remember. She moved back down like in 1994, but then when like my kids were older, this was already like after the divorce or around there.
Okay.
That's when she lived with my brother. When my brother passes away, she moves in with me.
Oh,
So people were
okay.
kind of like, because she didn't raise me, like I said. So then that became the point to where we like bonded. It's like, I think it was only like 2 or 3 years, but it was weird because we got to know each other
In a
at
different way
at
too,
that
because
point. Yeah.
you weren't a little girl anymore,
Right.
and you had your kids, you had your life.
Yes.
But I know you had said that you did get closer the
Hmm.
years before she had passed away.
Yeah. She became really close to my kids, especially, I think, especially Lauren. Like, because
Yeah.
at that point, that's when I was working a lot. I kind of had to,
Mhm.
to like kind of keep the same income in the house.
Mhm.
And so she stepped in for me a lot to help me out with the kids. I mean,
Yeah.
they were older. We would kind of joke about like, okay, who's taking care of who? It's almost like the kids are taking care of you, but there was an adult present.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's at that point. I think my mom had it really rough too, like for so many years. And so
I remember you did tell me a little bit about that,
yeah.
and that's why you felt like you forgave her for a lot of things.
Yes. So yeah, because we kind
Mhm.
of had some issues there too. Well, I think I always felt like you left me here.
Yeah.
You abandoned me. It was like because my grandparents raised me. I always missed her. I always so like I say, after you grow and you become a parent too, or you start understanding like there's a reason why we do this, like kind of how your mom tells you like I know best, like I know why I'm doing
Yeah.
this basically. And yeah, so I started to see and we started to talk and
Mhm.
understand more, and it was kind of like okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was kind of rough in the beginning, and
It's like adjusting to each other.
yeah, and I would pray and pray. It was like I need to let this go, I need to let like just, and I don't even remember when it happened. I just all of a sudden, and then at that point it's almost like we became best friends, she and I, like we're just
Yeah.
like besties. And
Aw.
so like I said, because I felt bad for her, like she had kind of never had like chilled a chilled life, like she had it rough. At that point I was kind of like, okay, you live with me, you don't have to pay anything, you don't have like whatever you want to do, you want to go, have fun with your friends or whatever,
Mhm.
like. And so I saw a huge change in her too, like she'd go shopping like for my niece and nephew. She was like, I'm gonna get them a pair of boots and I'm going with them and they
Oh,
can pick it out. She was just excited, like I can finally get them Christmas gifts. I remember, oh, now this, when the year that she came down, we were so broke, Angie, like all of us. I don't even think I was working at the time. But for Christmas, she came back. I'm trying to remember. She went to like a grocery store. I think it was like the only thing open. One of, not HEB, it was like another little grocery store there in
was it
Raymondville.
El Globo?
No,
El
it was,
Globo?
do you know M. Rivas?
No, I don't
Okay.
remember that
I
one.
think there's one left like in Edinburgh,
Oh
somewhere over there
wow.
far. I know,
I
I
just
was
remember as a
surprised.
kid we would go to El
El
Globo.
Globo. I don't think, no, we didn't have that over there.
Oh my gosh.
But she comes back and she brought, I'm trying to remember what I think she got my sister a coloring book, my brother a pen, like those pens that you change the colors on.
Oh, okay.
And
Yeah.
for me, like the little pan and the little comal and the little, like the three set
Oh.
that the like
That you
from
can hang and
Mexico.
stuff.
Yes,
Yeah.
and it's
Aw.
hanging in my kitchen. Like,
You still have
and that,
it?
oh yeah,
Oh
definitely.
my gosh.
Because it was like, I remember that Christmas was rough. I mean, we weren't
Wow.
expecting anything, and she
Mhm.
still came back like with
With
something.
something, yeah.
Yes, it was like I have to give my kids something.
If I knew that, I would have had it sitting here. I would have told you to bring it.
Yeah, so we bonded, like after that, and like I said, I felt like I had the opportunity to do that for her. I would like get her like, go get your hair done, like here, go, in my car, and here's my card, or here's, a check. And so the nails, like I wanted her to always have her nails done and her hair. And so, I
See,
mean, those last years, like she was happy,
yeah.
like, I mean, I'm glad I was able to do that for her. But yeah, we bonded. And
Yeah.
then it became like, I was devastated. I would say it's been like 5 years, and that was really hard for me when I
I
lost her.
remember that. That was
Yeah.
kind of, well, I met you guys in 2019.
I was gonna say right before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
You, like,
I
just
knew her
got
maybe
to meet her.
like a year
Yeah.
or so.
Because it was like February of 2020. Like
Yeah, because I remember her.
yeah.
I remember her
Yeah, she's,
very well.
everyone does.
I love her. No, yeah, I think it's really important that you got the closure because some people don't get to get that.
Yeah.
And the situation with Marcus and his family, and so that's why last year me and him, we talked about that because he has a similar situation where he wasn't raised by his birth parents, and because you never know when it's too late. So I
Right.
thought it was important for him to reconnect, and we did that, and now we have his dad's family in our life. And I just think it's beautiful seeing like you got the chance to do that with
Yeah.
your mom,
Yeah.
reconnect with her, and kind of understand them, because at the time like they were kids too, and like
Yeah.
that quote that they say, like, your mom, this is her first life too,
Oh, yeah.
so we're all learning, we're all human, and
Yeah,
I'm really
it's
happy
true.
that you got to like experience that with her.
Yeah.
And I cry every time.
Yeah, it's like it came
Every
to
time we talk
full-
about her.
Yeah, it came to full circle. Like, I'm grateful for that, but it took me a while to see that. It was one of my uncles that told me, he's like, don't think about like that you lost her. He's like, think about that you had that time, and that you guys, like, you mended stuff and you spent time. And I was like, I had never even thought of it like that. All I
Yeah.
could think about was, I can't believe I lost her. Like, like she was here.
Mhm.
It just felt sudden, but I guess
Yeah.
it feels like that for everyone. Like, it's never a good time, It's like, it's
Yeah.
always too soon, or,
And then everybody grieves differently, so
Right. And then it was
You just-
like, it was her. 2 weeks later, it was COVID. Everything got shut down. Like, it was a lot.
It
like,
was a hard
for
time.
all of us. Yeah.
yeah, and that time we weren't as close. Like, you would just go get your
Mhm.
nails done, we would catch up every
Yeah.
month or whatever, but we didn't talk like that.
Right.
So I remember when you did finally come back after COVID.
Yeah.
It was insane because I had just gotten married too.
Mhm.
Like, when we finally saw each other, I had gotten married. So I was really excited to tell you. And I remember you guys came in and I was like, oh, your mom didn't come. And I didn't
Yeah.
know until you
Yeah, yeah.
actually told me in person.
Yeah, it was crazy because I remember, like, we had to be wearing the masks and stuff, and it
Mhm.
was, you had a really pretty mask, like sunflowers, and I was like, oh, my mom. It was always like, my mom, like the bees
Yeah,
and
I
the
remember that.
Yeah, it was just, but it was a shock, like you said, because you have that gap where, I mean, none of us, we weren't going anywhere. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
everyone, it took us slowly. I think you had gotten really sick too.
I had gotten sick because you know how they say, like, COVID was here before
Yes.
they even knew. I had gotten it that December in 2019.
Yeah.
That was really bad. I remember telling Marcus, like, take me out to see the fireworks, because it was New Year's Eve. And I was like, take me out to see the fireworks because I think I'm gonna die.
Yeah.
And like I got tested and they couldn't
Wow.
see what it was.
Yeah,
So
they didn't even know it existed.
yeah, and then I didn't get COVID technically,
Mhm.
right? Air quotes. Until a year later in December again, we had gotten sick during Christmas time.
Wow.
So I didn't get it as bad though. So I was like, oh, COVID isn't as bad for me, but I know
Right.
other people were really sick, right?
Yeah.
But then I realized, I was like, wait, I think I had
Mm,
COVID
you
because I was
probably
so
did.
sick and I was wheezing and
Yeah.
it was really bad actually.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was pretty crazy. It's
Mhm.
crazy how like we have all these different occurrences
Yeah.
all these
Like
years.
it was like going on at the same time. So then we would finally meet up and it was like, girl, I gotta tell you this. Oh, okay, let me tell you mine. And yeah, it's kind
I
of like
love
we're
that.
doing nails and
I know. Our conversations are always the
Yes.
best though.
Yeah.
So I know you said you're going to school. Do you want to tell people how old you are, or do you just want to
I
let them
will-
guess?
I'll turn 52 tomorrow. I had to check
Wow.
earlier.
Yeah.
My
We're actually having a
kids-
birthday dinner tonight.
That's right. After this,
We already took a shot before the podcast, so we're
we're
pre-gaming.
relaxed.
Yeah, I think that's so amazing. What are you going to school for, or what's your?
I'm going to school for court reporting.
Okay.
It's like logging down everything that's communicated in a court hearing or like depositions, or it could be like police statements or things
Yeah.
of that nature.
I think that's really cool though. I honestly didn't know what your degree really was. I know we would just talk about school and things like that. But it really does inspire me. I feel like sometimes I'm doing so much as how old am I? 25. Sometimes I'm doing so much and I'm like, what am I going to do when I'm 50? Like what's going to be my life? But honestly, like hearing your story and hearing like all these events in your life, it's like I wonder what I'm going to be like when I'm 50. But yeah, I'm really excited that you
That's
came
pretty cool.
today to talk to me because, like I said, you are a big part of my life. How did you feel when I told you I was opening a nail salon?
I was really excited for you because I guess I felt like, why haven't you done it already? Like,
Really?
yeah, it was like,
Aw.
you're so capable of this. I almost felt like you're already doing it. So,
Yeah.
it was like, you just need a spot. Like, it was like, I wanted you to come to my house and I just wanted to give you a room. Like, do it. So, when you told me, I was like, oh, like, that's what I've been wanting for you. Like, because I knew it would just take off from there. I mean, you
Yeah.
had your clients, you had, it was almost like you just needed a spot. That was it. Like you just
Yeah.
needed a location, and from there it just,
I think I was just really scared, and
yeah.
you knew
understand
the
that.
work environment that I was in, so I was just really scared of what a nail salon is or was. I didn't know that I can make it how I have it here at the shop, like the way my team is. I always felt like if I opened a nail salon, it would have to be how everybody else ran their nail salons. Like I
Right.
didn't know I can make it
Yours.
mine.
Mhm.
Yeah. So I just thought it was really cool when I did announce it, how everybody just rooted for me.
Mhm.
And it really took a village. I mean, my husband, yes, of course, but
Right.
I needed other people with me, especially like in my life. I look to women a lot. Not that I don't feel like men inspire me, because some do, right? But I just feel like women like you and some of my clients, you guys inspire me every day. And I just love having women in my corner. I think it's so amazing. And even if you guys, like how you're saying that you're barely going to school and things like that, like I still see you like extraordinary. So I was just really excited to tell everybody. So
Thank
it
you.
was pretty crazy.
Yeah, I see it. It's like the way you're saying, like, you see in me that I can do this, and you encourage me. You're like, you can do this. I totally see you. It's like you believe in me. Now I just need to believe in me.
Yeah.
And so it was kind of the same thing for you too.
Yeah.
You were like, I mean, I know I can, but can I really? And it's like, yes, you can. So
Yeah.
it would just took like a little more for you to.
A little push.
Yeah, exactly. Just a little.
Aw.
I mean, even I see that in me, and I hadn't noticed it, but just in like continuing education, like there's things that my kids will and I see it too. They'll kind of be like, "Did you just say that?" And I'm like, "I know, right?" Or I know what you guys are talking about. Like, wow, I'm
Aw.
actually learning. So
That's how I
it
feel.
feels good,
Yes,
yeah.
that's how I feel with business things, because that was what
Yeah?
I was really scared of. I was like, I don't know
Yes.
business, like I know clients, I
Yeah.
know customer service, I know
Hmm.
what to do, what not to
But you're
do.
learning still,
Yeah, I
right?
am. And
Hmm.
I still want to learn a lot. Like there's still a lot
Yeah.
of things where I'm like I want to know more, but I feel the same way like I know things.
Yeah. Yeah, it feels good.
Yes, it does. But yeah, so did you see Simple Beauty becoming what it is now? Because we've grown so much in the past 7 months, because we've been open seven
I
months.
know. I think that, like, I'm still amazed with that. I saw Simple Beauty. I mean, easily I saw this. I just didn't see it so soon. I mean, I thought,
Yeah.
they're gonna get there. Like, but it hasn't even been a year, and it's crazy. Like, with like so much that you guys have done and grown, and it's just,
Mm-hmm.
and I mean, it's just kind of like, to me, I mean, I'm not working like you guys. So I'm just seeing you guys, and it just seems like so easy. Like, it's just like it naturally, like it comes naturally to you guys to do
Yeah.
this, for you. You just, what you want, you know, I guess you're kind of like, I know what I would want as a service or as a client, like how
Mm-hmm.
I would want to be treated, how I would, what I would expect, and that's what you get. You get nothing less but the best, like,
Yeah.
as in everything, like product, treatment, everything, cleanliness, like it's just, yeah.
I love that. And see, I feel like that's so important because people see that.
Hmm.
Even last night, I worked 13 hours yesterday, and Saturdays we deep clean.
Yeah.
And I was telling Marcus, I was like, I have to do it. He pushed me, he helped me, because that's my number one priority, is like being clean, giving the best service. And
Yeah.
I love when my clients see that, because I work so hard to provide that. And
Yeah.
I think of it every single time a new client comes in. I'm like, oh, let me make sure everything's in order. Like, that's
Yeah.
the biggest compliment anybody can give me, because I work so hard to keep it clean in here and keep it not just clean but organized. And
Hmm.
even the girls know, like, I'm so annoying. I will be on them and I'm like, fix it, or do this, or like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they already know my mind and how it works. So honestly, my girls are so amazing. Like, they respect me and they know how I like things. And you've seen that. You've seen my team is so amazing right now.
Yeah, they are.
That's something I didn't expect. When I first decided to open a salon, I was like, nobody's gonna work for me, or like nobody's gonna want to
Oh.
work for me. And I reached out to other nail techs and people I worked with in the past, and nobody wanted to give me that chance. So
Yeah.
it was really scary because everybody kept denying me. And so the team that I have now
Hmm.
is just so amazing, because they were people I never expected.
That's what I
Like,
was
and
gonna
they're
say.
my people, you know?
Hmm.
So I think it's pretty cool. I love what the shop has become, and I love
I do
that you
too.
get to see that. You've seen me come from before for years, because you've been coming
Yeah.
to me for 6 years, 6 or 7 years.
Yeah.
And so
Easily.
I think it's really cool, and I'm happy that you've seen us grow, and
Yeah.
I love it.
I see you guys growing, and I mean, I still see more to come. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's like you guys
Yeah.
are just starting. Yeah.
Speaking of that, where do you see Simple Beauty going in the next few years?
I mean, I just see expansion for sure. Like,
Okay.
yeah, I see you adding. I mean, because you're always thinking, like, what can I do better? What can I do? What can I come up with? How can I
Mm-hmm.
make this better, or add to it? And so I see you guys just going bigger. I mean,
Oh,
like
that's the plan,
a bigger
hopefully.
business, yeah,
Yeah.
and just, I don't know, it
I
just
think the
flows.
fear with that is because you've been here, you come here, obviously. I want to go bigger, but I'm scared to go bigger because I still want the coziness of the shop.
Yeah,
Like, people
I
love
see
how
what you're
intimate
saying.
it is.
Yeah.
Like, it's so intimate, and
Hmm.
that's something I don't want to lose. And
Right.
I'm kind of struggling with that right now, in a sense of me moving more to managing.
Hmm.
I feel like not a lot of my clients, but some people just aren't taking it well, of me like trying to take a little step back. But I do have my amazing clients that, like, even you were like, I'm trying to book with Jazzy because I know, like,
Yeah.
and I still want to work, I still want to take my clients and stuff, but I feel like, and I always say this, I can do it. I've been doing it for the past 7 months. I can juggle it all, but I feel like I can't do it forever. And I have
Yeah.
dreams of expanding. I want to go bigger, but if I do that, like, I'm the face of my business, so I
Right.
want to be front and center when people walk in. I want
Yeah.
to charge the clients, and
Yeah.
I want to talk to them and things like that. So I'm happy to be able to talk about this with you, because you've been one of my clients for years, and
Right.
you're one of my clients that has accepted it, and it makes me feel better because, like I said, I've been getting negative, just
Feedback.
negative feedback, and everybody's like, I only want you, and so that kind of scares me, like I'm the face of my business, but I'm also like just a nail tech at the end of the day, you know what I mean?
I know
So
what you mean.
it scares me, but
I think it's just change. I think that
people
we
don't
all,
like change.
yeah, we all have trouble with change because I think I was in shock. I'm sure Lauren too, kind of like, oh no, she's
What
not
are we gonna
do?
do?
Yeah, exactly. So we kind of just had to go through that, and it was like, it's gonna be okay. We kind of have to just settle down, and it's like, but yeah, if I put myself, which I did, in your place, it's like, that's what's best. It's like you say, you're not just completely doing away with it, but you're slowly transitioning to that, like more
Yeah.
of a like a managing position. I mean, because it's difficult to juggle. It's not impossible, but it's very difficult to juggle, like still being, like you say, at the end of the day, a nail tech, but as like running the place as well, running the
Yeah,
shop.
because I
And
think
so
that's like things
that's
that my clients don't see is like
yeah,
when I'm doing your nails, for example, I'm
yeah,
over here like,
right,
she needs me,
yeah,
or oh my gosh, I forgot to buy this. And let's say, for example,
yes,
Gloria has a facial later, I forgot
mm-hmm,
to buy this for her, and I'm like,
yeah.
I can't, I'm stuck here because
Yeah, you
you
still
know,
have that side of it. And so
yes,
I'm thinking that
it's very
people,
overwhelming.
they're not really seeing that. They're kind
Mm-hmm.
of like, you just think of yourself
I
first. It's
Yeah,
like, oh
and
my gosh, what am I
also
going to do? Just like, no.
also I feel like I'm really good at hiding it. Like my clients don't know that I'm
Right.
panicking, and I'm like,
Yeah.
but I'm just filing your nail. But in my head, it's like,
Yeah,
like
you're
all these crazy
listening.
things,
Right.
But
And you're remembering and thinking about, okay, I need to get
yes,
this ready. I need to, and then like you say, even like, let's say even when the girls are off, you guys are coming in and deep cleaning and do like you're still, and then now, with this flood that we had, all this rain, that's like a whole other, and that's what I mean. Those are things that you guys as owners and, as like a managing position, like you have to deal with all that extra stuff to like get it going and running
yeah,
again or get it settled. And those are things that we don't see and we don't think about because we're all concerned about our own lives, but
yeah,
you have a lot on your shoulders. And so, yeah, I think it's, you have to take a step back and
yeah,
look at what is, what is needed, what at this moment. And yeah, you just have to slowly, and we have to slowly transition ourselves and get used to the fact and start trusting. Because, like you say, you've got some great girls.
I
And
do,
so,
and that's what I tell my clients. I'm like,
yeah,
honestly, like my team is so strong right now,
yeah.
and
We need to trust in
yes,
them as
trust in
well.
them and trust in me that I wouldn't
That,
just
right, hand
let,
us over to
yeah,
someone.
like I wouldn't do that.
Right.
And at the end of the day, like the girls are just so amazing, and I trust them. And my biggest thing, I get on them, like customer service. You're gonna talk to the clients, you're gonna treat them how I treat them.
Yeah.
But I know it's different because my clients still want to see my face, they still want to talk to me.
Right.
But I'm still gonna be here. I think that's
Yeah.
one thing, is that they're not understanding that I'm gonna be here. I'm not saying
you're
like,
still
oh,
here.
I don't want to be here, I'm gonna be at my house while they're working. Like,
Yeah,
no.
exactly. Yeah.
I actually had my first day of like managing because I took a day off, and not took a day off, but I did a day where I'm like, okay, I'm gonna be receptionist today and see how it is, and I loved it. And even the girls were like, "You're so calm today," and I was like, "I know, right? I don't feel chaotic. Like I'm always crazy."
Yeah,
and
you're enjoying
yeah,
like watching like the fruits of your labor. Yeah.
yeah, and seeing the
That's
girls
pretty
grow, and it makes me happy. And I'm just really excited to transition, but I'm scared at the same time, of course. But so I think it's pretty cool. I can't
Yeah.
wait to.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I think it's good for you. It's good for all of us in the end. Like it's
Yeah.
for the best.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna be a funner person.
Yeah, exactly. You're happy, we're happy.
Yes.
We're all happy.
Well, I'm happy you came on today. I feel like this was a good episode for you, for your kids, for me, because I love hearing
Yeah.
you talk and your stories.
Thank you. I was really nervous about it because I kept telling you like my story, like I mean I don't have anything to say.
I know, and I was
it's
like,
boring.
you have a lot to say.
Yeah, thanks for
You
having
have
me
too
here.
much to say.
It worked out.
I know.
It worked out. I'm glad it worked out. Thanks for having me here.
Thank you for coming. Now let's go have dinner.
Yes. Birthday.